Oyo to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
Good afternoon, welcome, and thank you very much for joining us on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. My name is Olushola Oyewole. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has come under renewed fire following the temporary shutdown of its result checker portal on Wednesday evening, a move it attributed to technical issues. The announcement, posted via WAEC's official X handle, sparked fresh criticism as many Nigerians continue to express outrage over the poor performance recorded in the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination, particularly in English language. Wednesday's notice has further fueled speculation and public discontent over the examination body's credibility, especially after Monday's announcement that only 38.32% of the 1,969,313 candidates who sat for the 2025 WASC obtained credits and above in 5 subjects, including English language and mathematics, the worst performance recorded in a decade. Across social media platforms, many candidates and concerned Nigerians pointed fingers at WAEC's logistics failures, especially the delayed conduct of the English language paper, which reportedly held late into the night at many centers on May 28. The Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project has signed an amended Memorandum of Understanding worth $12 million with its implementing partner for the procurement of agricultural machinery to enhance mechanization and boost food security in the state. This was disclosed in a statement by the project communications specialist Ahmed Yassar. According to him, the contract covers the provision of tractors, combine harvesters, and other specialized equipment for land preparation, planting, harvesting, and processing. And from Akwa Ibom State comes the report that Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno has inaugurated a 100-bed Renewed Hope Mother and Child Specialist Hospital at Okoita in Ibiono Ibom local government area of the state. Governor Eno, who was represented by his deputy Senator Akon Eyakenyi at the inauguration ceremony, said that the facility, constructed under the Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu, was designed to provide comprehensive maternal, neonatal, and pediatric care to residents of the area and neighboring communities. He commended President Tinubu for providing the resources for the construction and equipping of the facility, noting that the hospital will significantly complement his administration's efforts in delivering affordable and quality healthcare services across the state. The Akwa Ibom State Governor disclosed that several model primary health centers have already been established across the 10 federal constituencies in the state, and also revealed plans for the soon-to-be commissioned construction of a 300-bed Ibom International Multi-Specialist Hospital aimed at promoting medical tourism in the state. In the meantime, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the Narcotics Control Bureau of India have agreed to intensify efforts in combating the shipment of illicit drugs between the two countries. This was part of the agreement reached during a virtual meeting between the NDLEA chairman, retired Brigadier General Buba Marwa, and the Director General of NCB, Mr. Anurag Garg, in Abuja. He said the collaborations would, among other things, help to combat the illegal flow of opioids such as tramadol and codeine-based syrup into Nigeria from the South Asian country. Marwa, who emphasized the need to strengthen the existing partnership between the NDLEA and NCB based on the Memorandum of Understanding signed by both agencies in 2023, noted the threat posed to public health and security by illicit drugs in both Nigeria and India was disturbing. The NDLEA boss also asked the NCB to assist with specialized training. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has confirmed that the United States has yet to reverse its recently imposed visa restrictions on certain Nigerian citizens despite diplomatic appeals from the federal government. Spokesperson for the ministry, Kimebi Ebienfa, while addressing journalists in Abuja, noted that the engagements are ongoing, but the policy is yet to be reversed so far. He said that the development means the visa restrictions may remain in place, as the United States had not provided a formal response to Nigeria's request for a review. The U.S. government revised its visa reciprocity schedule for Nigeria, limiting the validity of certain non-immigrant visas, including B1/B2 business and tourism, F student, and J exchange visitor categories to just 3 months with single entry access. US President Donald Trump says he could meet with Vladimir Putin very soon, following what he described as highly productive talks in Moscow between his special envoy and the Russian leader. According to a senior source in Kyiv, including NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte and leaders of Britain, Germany, and Finland, the potential summit was discussed in a call between Trump and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky. He gave no indication where the meeting with Putin might take place, adding that it would be the first US-Russia leadership summit since former President Joe Biden met with his counterpart in Geneva in June 2021. However, a senior US official said that secondary sanctions were still expected to be implemented in 2 days' time. Trump, who had boasted he could end the conflict within 24 hours of taking office, has given Russia until Friday to make progress towards peace or face new penalties. Russia has escalated drone and missile attacks against its neighbor, a US and European Union ally, to a record high and accelerated its advance on the ground. In another development, US President Donald Trump has issued an executive order hitting India with an additional 25% tariff over its purchases of Russian oil, raising the total tariff on Indian imports to the US to 50%, among the highest rates imposed by Washington. India has called the taxes unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. US President Donald Trump's sweeping new tariffs on more than 90 countries around the world have come into effect. Just before the deadline for deals to be agreed to cut or avoid the import taxes, Trump posted on his Truth Social platform that billions of dollars were now flowing into the US due to tariffs. Earlier, the president hit India with a 50% tariff, which will take effect on August 27 unless it stops buying Russian oil. Trump also threatened a 100% tariff on foreign-made computer chips as he pushes tech firms to invest in the US, and it came as Apple announced a new $100 billion in US investments after coming under pressure from the White House to move more production to America. Last week, the Trump administration announced a revised list of import taxes on dozens of trading partners and extended a deadline for countries to reach agreements with the US to August 7. Countries have been racing to strike deals with Washington to lower or scrap what Trump calls reciprocal tariffs. He said his trade policies were aimed at reshaping the global trading system, which he sees as treating the US unfairly. And now on to France, where reports has it that nearly 2,000 French firefighters are battling to contain a fast-moving blaze that has burnt through an area bigger than Paris and killed an elderly woman. The fire has now burned through 16,000 hectares in the southern Aude region, but authorities say its advance has slowed significantly. Officials say the massive mobilization, combined with calmer overnight weather, no wind, and cooler temperatures, has helped slow the fire's advance. The blaze, which broke out Tuesday afternoon near Ribot in the Aude department, has also injured 2 civilians and 7 firefighters, Resio added. The blaze, which broke out Tuesday afternoon near Ribot in the Aude department, has also injured 2 civilians and 7 firefighters, Resio also stated. According to a press release from the Gendarmerie and the Army, more than 2,100 firefighters and 500 vehicles have been deployed to the scene. And now, sports news. Enyimba head coach Stanley Eguma has set an ambitious target ahead of the 2025-2026 Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) season to lead the People's Elephant to a league title, or at the very least secure a continental ticket. Eguma outlined his vision as the team intensifies its pre-season preparations for the opening fixture away to NPFL newcomers Barao FC. Eguma, who guided Rivers United to 2 league titles and also won the Federation Cup, then with Dolphins Football Club in 2001, said he understood the expectations that come with managing a club as decorated as Enyimba. He emphasized the importance of a collective effort to meet those objectives. Eguma took over midway through last season, inheriting a team in 11th place. Under his guardians, Enyimba rallied to finish 6th, an improvement but still below the club's high standards. And still on sports, former Leicester City defensive midfielder Wilfred Ndidi has arrived Turkey to undergo a routine medical ahead of his permanent transfer to Besiktas. The Nigeria international has agreed a permanent transfer to the Turkish Super League Giants. Besiktas reached agreement with Leicester City to sign the player this week after expressing their desire to trigger the release in his contract. Ndidi will put pen to paper on a 3-year contract with the option of another year. Spanish club Valencia made a late move to hijack the Besiktas move for Ndidi, but their offer was rejected by Leicester City. The defensive midfielder moved to Leicester City from Belgian Pro League outfit KRC Genk in January 2017. The 28-year-old made a big impact at Leicester City last season despite the Foxes' relegation, scoring once and providing 5 assists in 30 league appearances. Ndidi registered 18 goals and 22 assists in 303 outings across all competitions for the former Premier League champions. Also, a number of Nigerian football stars recently moved to Turkey, including Paul Onuachu to Trabzonspor, Henry Onyekuru moved to Genk Ligi, and Victor Osimhen just penned a deal with Galatasaray. Well, that's the package on the news at noon. Thank you for joining us, and do stay tuned for our other broadcast programs today. Thank you for joining us, and good afternoon.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News